The key goes to Harrison Williamson. Down the high post to Mason Funk. Wheels to the right, hands off to Nigo. Chest pass left side to Roper. Pulls up, kicks it out. Nigo back out to Roper. Roper with a ball fake, puts it on the deck in the paint. Knifes inside. Shot short, ball tipped and pinballed around and taken by Devin Lewis for Cal Lutheran. Now left baseline is Davis. Had to park under the baseline and nearly stepped out of bounds. Unloaded to Griffiths. Griffiths into the paint with a spin move around Williamson and drops it in for two.
Griffiths showing his by both teams.
So a 2-0 lead early for Cal Lutheran. And it's Funk up top, holds the rock, swings to the right side to Nigo. Looks for a post feed against the man-to-man. Williamson to the baseline against Griffiths. They bang inside. Burrows his way underneath, lost the ball, got it back. Back out to Nigo. His hook pass tipped. And Williamson couldn't run it down. Griffiths did it with a nice outlet. Out in front, one-on-one, and the layup missed by Burridge. Had a great effort there to force the miss by Funk. Back the other way, Titans down by 2 early. Williamson now to Nigo. Gets it over to Roper. Roper against the zone, floats it back out to Williamson. 2-0 lead early. Now Nigo with a pull-up, looks to tie the score, can't do it. Now the rebound goes to Stephen Davis for Lutheran. Kick out to Burridge. Burridge goes baseline. And they go around the horn. Griffiths up top. Left wing to Anthony. In the corner to Davis. Davis with a step on Roper. Hooks the ball into the corner. 3 on the way. Short for Burridge. Ball tapped away and recovered by Lewis. So they get a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Davis up top against the man-to-man. Davis with a step to the left. Hand off to Lewis. Lewis moves in at 4, at 3, into the post. Griffiths with a fadeaway, tough shot, and he hits it.
He's going to be the catalyst for this offense. Looks like every action goes through him.
And he has their first 4 points. Bulldozes inside, got stripped as he tried to go airborne. The pick by Lewis. Lewis out to Burridge. Burridge baseline, back to Lewis. If he toes the baseline, has to unload. Swings it out to Griffiths, who hands back to Lewis. Try to force him to the baseline. Now goes to the right off his screen. Heaves a 3 and hits. A great start for Cal Lutheran, 7-0. Nigo back the other way for Wesley to hand it off to Williamson. Nigo on the left to Roper. Roper to the right. Spins into the paint with a jump turnaround around and out. Tipped off the backboard by Williamson. Couldn't corral it. Anthony the other way for Cal Lutheran. Now to Davis on the wing. 7-0 lead for Cal Lutheran. And Nigo working over the pick. Set by Griffiths. Picked up the game's first foul 3 minutes in.
Not a bad foul from Jackson Nigo, but the thing with the Titans is they're taking a little long on the offensive side of the ball. On the counter, Cal Lu is being quick with their decisions, quick with their shots, and working well off screens.
Marco Anderson, first man in for the Titans off the bench, the 6'6 senior from Maine South. Griffiths on the right wing, flips it wide, backdoor for Anthony, and threw it out of bounds.
What Marco Anderson's going to provide for this Titan offense, while he may be a little shorter than Harrison Williamson, he's a little quicker, so he's trying to change the pace for the Titan offense.
Slow start for Wesley and down 7-0. Roper looks to attack, had the ball poked away, got it back out to Funk. A right wing 3 ball short. Lewis off the miss for Cal Lutheran.
Wesley 0 for 4 today.
Lewis pedals into the front court with a stop and go, backs it up, kicks it out to Burridge up top. Left side it goes to Anthony, draws the double and threw it away cross court. The steal by Hakeem Williams, jump pass ahead to Nigo. Nearly 4 minutes gone by, Titans with a lid on the bucket as they try to get on the board down 7. Top of the key, Funk squares for 3 and hits. Mason Funk with the first basket of the game, and ball kicked by Anderson off of the post feed from Griffiths. And we have Lutheran to go into the bench for the first time now. Matthew Verkamp, 6'4" sophomore from Portland, Oregon, comes in for Griffiths. While Nick Roper checks out for Wesleyan. And senior guard Trey Bazell from Prairie Central High School checks in. 7-3, 4 minutes in, the lead for Cal Lutheran. It's Davis up top, works left against Nigo, looks for a step, takes it up strong, but left it short. And Nigo with a nice save, but he tipped it off in the shoulder, I believe, of Verkamp, and it's out of bounds to Wesleyan.
And you notice, since Hakeem Williams picked that ball off, resulting in the Funk 3, Cal Lu is a little hesitant trying to find their passing lanes. Let's see if Wesleyan's able to take advantage of yet another mistake by the Kingsmen.
Jackson Ego brings it up for Wesleyan, down 7-3, sets up top of the key, flips to the left side to Hakeem Williams, with Nathan Bolt setting a pick, and he clears it out for him, and he buries the three from the left wing.
Hakeem Williams had I-55 all the way to Chicago to shoot that basketball.
As the 6'10 man from Barrington laid out a couple of defenders to free him up. Dribble drive by Lewis, had it knocked out of bounds. Still Kingsman ball. A 7-6 game now as Wesleyan has scored 6 straight. Now we see Zev Reamer, the junior point guard from Los Angeles, now in for the Kingsmen, and he's inbounding on the baseline. Reamer gets it in play to Verkamp. Hands back to Reamer, dribbles the ball up top. Back of the right to Davis as he goes to baseline. Correction, Lewis. Now Verkamp got tripped up as he tried to pedal the baseline, got bumped by Marco Anderson for his first foul of the night.
Yeah, Lewis is having a lot of trouble right now on the offensive side. He's usually been the guy that makes the Cal Lu offense run. However, against one of the top defenders nationally, Hakeem Williams, you can see the fits being caused early.
Titans go to the bench again. Josh Fridman, the freshman, getting the early look. The 5'10 freshman from Glenbrook North High School. Joining Bizel with the backcourt. Low with Nick Roper and Marco Anderson. Nathan Bolt up front. Reamer to put the ball in play on the baseline. Also, Andrew Pipersburg in, the 6'8 junior from Los Angeles. Transfer from Fullerton College at the post. As he screens for the inbound to Lewis on the right wing. Backs it up against the much bigger Nick Roper. Works for the pick. Off Pipersburg, goes to the right. Still covered by Roper. On the cut, Verkamp floats into the paint, short. Tracked down by Fridman for Illinois Wesleyan. Now they can take their first lead 5 minutes in. Down by 1, Fridman at the point. Against man-to-man defense. Steps to the right. Hand off to Bizel. Bizel up top, now to Bolt. He strokes a 3. Off the back rim, high in the air, no good. Pulled down by Desi Burridge for Cal Lutheran. Now it's Lewis up top. Backs up, waits the screen. Roper watches his back. Goes over the pick. Left side Lewis, baseline. The floater blocked, but a foul. The rejection by Bolt. I don't believe that was the contact.
I think they're going to charge Roper.
Maybe got the body lower. It's Nick Roper's first foul and the team's third. As it sends Devin Lewis to the line, the 6'2 senior from Pasadena. Cal Lutheran scored the first 7 points. The Titans have answered with a 6th straight on threes by Mason Funk and Hakeem Williams. As the first free throw is good, and Harrison Wilmson comes in for Marco Anderson. Lewis with 4 points so far for the Kingsmen. And tacks on another to make it a 9-6 game. And he'll check out. Jake Martin, a 6'2 senior from Anaheim, California, is now in. Both teams going to the bench pretty liberally here in the first 5 or so minutes as the Kingsmen lead by a triple. Roper across the dividing line, sets up on the right side, swings it out to Bolt, left side to Fridman. Fridman looks for a step. And he got bumped by Reamer. And the first foul tonight on Cal Lutheran.
I'm really excited what Fridman can do for this team. I'll dive more into it as he's about to inbound.
Comes in play to Wilmson. Hands back to Fridman. Deep on the left wing in front of the Kingsman bench. Goes to baseline, draws the double. Got attacked as he took it strong baseline and picked up another foul here against the Kingsmen. And Reamer has just picked up his second in a matter of moments. Another inbound here for Fridman. To Roper on the baseline. Around the pick set by Wilmson. Looks to get it down to the big man. Can't do it. On the cut to Bizel. Gathers it in. Now needs help. Centers the ball to Wilmson. Attacks the rim. Had it tipped out of bounds. And still Titan ball with 6 of the shot clock. 6 minutes in. 9-6 Kingsmen. Baseline inbound by Fridman. on the N in Titans. Now officials will intercede as Roper tries to get some separation off of the inbound. Instead, they try to backdoor it. Ball kicked. No time off the shot clock. Or does that resets it?
Yep.
Reset to 20 off the Kingsmen. So it'll be Fridman again to put it in play. Sneaks it in again to Wilmson off the glass for 2. Well, they stuck with it. Good persistence by Illinois Wesleyan, despite the denials by the Kingsmen. 3 on the way. The other side, no good by Martin, but tracked down on the wing by Verkamp. Verkamp with a cross-court pass. Reamer, baseline. Verkamp slides it across to Pipersburg underneath. Tough shot, missed it, and Bolt able to wrestle away the rebound for the Titans.
Williamson looking like a tree there. Fantastic work from him.
On the baseline, Roper jump step and a travel. Called against Roper. Looked like he pulled back on a plan to skip it across and landed back on the hardwood. Good minutes for Nathan Bolt. He checks out of the game. And Carlo Kolak, the Nutrier product, the junior 6'5" guard, is in. Actually, Bizel is checking out for Coach Rose's team. Mason Funk back in along with Fridman, Roper, Wilmson, and Kolak. 1 point edge here for Cal Lutheran in the first game of the Sikma Hall of Fame invite. Davis on the right wing. Now to Burridge, guarded by Roper. Left side to Martin, into the paint. Bounce pass out to Burridge. Jackknifes inside, open man. Martin for 3, no good. Wilmson tips the rebound twice, but able to win it using that 6'10" size to his advantage. Now Fridman the other way. Again, the Titans could take their first lead. 7 minutes in, handoff Roper, curls to the paint. Lost the rock, gets loose and gobbled up by Verkamp. Back the other way, 1-on-2. Lost the rock, shovels off to Davis with a spin move. Out to an open Verkamp for 3, and he hits. And that's his first bucket, 12-8, the score for the Kingsmen. And we have a timeout called by Illinois Wesleyan. A chance for some subs, some fresh bodies, but a chance for a breather. They came close, had a couple of times to take the lead and couldn't do it.
Yeah, and on that last possession, Josh Fridman got sent into the first row of the bleachers, leaving a man wide open, so not much Illinois Wesleyan can do on the quick action from Cal Lu. But I mentioned Fridman earlier a couple of possessions ago, and he's a GBN alum, Glenbrook North, a very, very strong basketball program. Produced the likes of national champion and current Duke head coach John Shire, and what that program is known for is their guard play. Fridman, a highly touted recruit for Ron Rose and the Titans, a group that has 3 point guards. You can make the argument, and especially when you get into conference play and when you play these ranked teams in the non-conference, it makes it hard to game plan. I see Calvin starting to roll, and I see Platteville here, and it's going to be hard when you see 3 guys handle the ball, quarterback the offense, and do it so well.
The guys who are versatile enough to play the 1 and the 2 also gives them that versatility to have multiple ones on the floor, so to speak, as Jackson Ego back at the point, brings it across the timeline, sets it up to Kolak on the right wing, on the left to Hakeem Williams, on the baseline, Wilmson bottled up, kicks it back out to Hakeem, squares for 3, that one short, and then it got the favorable Shirk center bounce. Second tray for Hakeem Williams, a second team all CCIW player from a year ago. 12-11, Kingsmen up by 1. Davis on the right wing, guarded by Nego. A few feet behind the line. Now Lewis tries to come clean, but covered by Hakeem on the dribble drive. A double clutch by Davis off the mark, and Wilmson hauls in the rebound. Now to Funk, angling into the free throw line, parks it there. Back on the left to Jackson Eagle, off a screen for 3, and it's short. Rebound caroms to Lewis off the hop. Cal Lutheran by 1. Davis left side off the pick. Now to Lewis with a jab step on Hakeem, goes baseline, looks to fade, but can't shake free. Griffiths for 3, spins out. Good box out by Funk. And Davis reached over the back to tap it out of bounds. Titans will get the ball. Anthony Cio is back in for Cal Lutheran as Verkamp goes to the bench.
Cal Lu, after a 7-0 advantage, they are 1 for their last 9 from the floor.
Still clinging to a 1 point lead, 11:22 till halftime. Wilmson up top. They've not surrendered the lead yet. Titans have another chance to break through. Kolak backing down into the paint, pushes up a 10-footer, and he gets the bounce. Great to see that early for Carlo Kolak as he gives the Titans their first lead. At 13-12, nearly 9 minutes in, curling off a screen, Lewis into the paint, lost the rock, and Funk unable to save it.
Look who's in the lane. 0 and white, Hakeem Williams. He has been a mass disruptor of this Kingsman attack.
Griffiths out, Pipersburg back in for the Kingsmen. Stephen Davis with the baseline trigger for the Kingsmen. Into the corner, an open man, Lewis for three. On the weak side, tapped out of bounds off the miss to go to the Titans.
And again, it's Williams on that closeout. He's everywhere, especially on the defensive side of the floor.
Jackson Nego brings it up for Wesley, left side to Kolak. Now up top to Anderson, chest pass on the right to Hakeem Williams, dumps it down inside to Kolak with a double clutch, and he scores, a triple clutch if you will, and Kolak with back-to-back buckets. Titans up 15-12. On the left side, it's Davis. Between the leg dribble, shovels down to the baseline to Lewis. Lewis backs down on Hakeem Williams. Tries to post up, can't do it. Anthony back of the left wing. Midway through the shot clock, he shuffles left, draws the double, holds the rock. Back to Lewis with a shimmy into the paint, pushes up a right-hander from 8 feet and scores.
Good adjustment by Lewis. Went left instead of right where he had the screen. Still able to make it work because the Titans rotated too much.
7 for Lewis, 15-14 Wesleyan by 1. Right side Kolak. Guarded in the man-to-man by Anthony Seo. Baseline to Marco Anderson. Leans in, goes to the jump hook, gets the bounce. And crooked over the rim for 2, and he gets the and 1 on Pipersburg. His first foul.
The Titans have done a great job down low of being patient, waiting that extra tad of a second, allowing the defender to commit, whether going up or going in, and then pulling the trigger, and Anderson there getting the and 1.
And I think that's the stubbornness that Coach Rose has talked about wanting to see more of from his offense. Sometimes you got to force the ball inside and just be persistent about it. Now, not throwing it into a double or triple team when I say force, but to be persistent about doing that. You've got the size and the strength on the inside. Don't settle for outside shots if you don't need to. Marco Anderson can't convert the three-point play, and Anthony Seo has the rebound, but still a three-point Titan lead. On the right side, Anthony Seo with a well-contested three off of the back rim, ball back tapped and tracked down by Lewis out near midcourt. Marco Anderson in coverage. Lewis with a nice juke as he was able to get underneath and hit the 10-footer.
He's got 9 today.
Keeping the Kingsmen within 1. 9.5 minutes to go in half. On the cut, Roper double clutches as he was about to get hammered by Pipersburg, who picks up his second foul, challenging Roper on the baseline drive. And going to be a pair of free throws here for Nick Roper, named this week to the D3 Hoops all preseason third team for Division III basketball. As he gets a pair of free throws here, the first one is good. Connected on 68% at the stripe a year ago. As Nego and Funk check out, Nathan Bolt, Josh Fridman are back in. Roper averaged 12.5 points per game and close to 6 rebounds a year ago. Recovering from a rough knee injury the year prior that robbed most of his sophomore season. Now Griffiths is back in. Pipersburg, the reserve big, has to sit with 2 fouls. 3-point lead for Wesleyan. Hot-footing it down court. Griffiths off the nice feed from Burridge and lays it in.
Man, Griffiths has honestly been the better big for Cal Lu today, so let's see if their offense ignites with him on the court.
They've got 2 guys that have scored all but 3 of their points. More balance from Wesleyan as they lead by 1. Fridman holds the ball high. Inside to Roper, leaning inside. Up strong, off the back rim, no. And 2 Kingsmen combined to knock it out of bounds.
And that's what makes Nick Roper such a hard player to defend. Rarely do you see a 6'7" guard that can move as well as Roper can. And right there had the big mismatch. Didn't convert, but is able to give the Titans another chance.
Roper to inbound on the baseline to Roper. Knocked his defender down. It's an offensive foul on Nick Roper. And Nick has 2 fouls. So he'll likely come out soon.
Rounderell's already going to the bench.
And Trey Bazell has got a sub in for Nick.
And that's what you can expect game 1 of the season. Even though it's a top 25 battle, feels like an NCAA tournament game, you can expect to see a topsy-turvy game, some contact, some fouls. It's opening day for everybody.
And a game that still has NCAA implications, no doubt. Nice block out of bounds on the dribble drive by Lewis. Hakeem Williams and Nathan Bolt both there to force the miss, but it will still be Kingsman ball as Jake Martin comes back in.
A little no sir from Williams climbing the ladder.
Titans have some excellent shot blockers from the guard spots. Williams and Funk in particular with that wingspan and athleticism. Off the pick, Martin jacks up with 3 and hits from the left wing. And Cal Lutheran jumps back in front at 21-19. Friedman on the drive into the paint. Floats it out to Hakeem Williams in the corner with a shuffle to the baseline. Posting up against Martin, the leaner from 6. He scores to tie the game.
That's a situation for Cal you don't want to be in.
Game now tied at 21. Hakeem Williams with 8. Martin off the pick by Griffiths. Pick and pop, not quite. Griffiths with a spin. Leans at the free throw line. Looks for the backdoor cut to Burge. Pass broken up and a hit off of his knee out of bounds.
And going back to that last possession, Williams drove, and like I talked about earlier, sits just enough to draw the big in. And at that point, you're picking your poison because Williams either goes up himself and converts or bounce pass down low to Marco Anderson, and it's trouble.
2 teams finding their offensive grooves. Tied at 21, 8 minutes into a double team at the post. Marco Anderson denied. And a foul underneath here against Cal Lutheran. And that's going to be on Burge. Desi Burge is first, and the team's 5th. There's 4 fouls against Wesleyan. Hakeem Williams goes to the bench. Carlo Kolak back in. With the game tied under 8 minutes to go in the half. Off to get down to Kolak baseline. Double clutches at a hard block from the side, but a foul. Griffiths knocked him to the floor. And that'll be a pair of free throws for Carlo Kolak.
Not to mention the third on Reamer.
Well, he has picked up 3 in limited minutes. I don't even know if I can use the plural in that case. As Kolak off to a great start tonight. 4 points, shoots 2, and makes the first. A player who showed tremendous promise last year, just finding his groove, and once he gets the confidence, they're really hoping that he is poised for a breakout junior season and could be a pivotal player at the Titans guard rotation this year. Great start for him. He's made a pair now with a 6, and the Titans are back in front. It's 23-21 as Ryan Hoffman helps him get the ball across. 6'3" senior from Valencia, California. Tapped out, still Cal Lutheran ball. 21 on the shot clock.
Another strong rotation by the Titan defense, forcing the skip pass outside, and a white jersey getting in the way, knocking it out of bounds.
Hoffman to put it in play. Anthony He gets it back to Hoffman off the pick by Griffiths. He's well covered. Griffiths looks to go baseline on Wilmson with a spin. The jump hook, no, but a foul on Wilmson. That'll net a pair of free throws for the 6'7" senior from Carlsbad, California. Team fouls are even at 5.
Williamson doesn't necessarily have to do that. I think he lost where he was on the court. I know Griffiths has been lethal from that mid-range hook. However, you're still maybe 10, 15 feet away from the 10.
Yeah, not sure that's the worst shot that you could give up.
It's not the worst. I'm more concerned about the foul tacked onto Williamson's name.
As he gets a pair of foul shots, Griffiths with 8. And we're tied at 23 as Friedman brings it across. Looks to feed the post to a triple team surrounding Wilmson and the party of the Red Sea. No one to cover him. They all went to help somewhere else, and that's kind of a mistake with Harrison Wilmson underneath the bucket as he puts the Titans back in the lead by a deuce. And a foul here against Carlo Kolak for Illinois Wesleyan.
On that possession, I was waiting for Williamson to send that down with authority. The 3 purple jerseys, like you alluded to, the worst word you can say while playing defense in any sport is you. And I think all 3 said it. They all split, left Williamson all alone.
None of them wanted to get posterized, I suppose, and I guess they didn't have the chance since he chose to lay it in. And the shot well short there for Griffiths. And Fridman back the other way. Titans up by 2. 7 minutes till halftime. Fridman pops a 3, comes up short, follows his own miss. That one comes up short, tipped by Griffiths and tracked down by Lewis. Fridman knew right away that came up short. Nice hustle to follow the shot. And the other way, an offensive foul. Lewis charging into Bazell for Illinois Wesleyan. And called that out. Anthony Sear, that is his first and team foul number 7. So on the offensive side, it will be a side out for the Titans. They'll shoot free throws from here on out. Nigo with a handoff to Bazell. Up top it goes. Williamson right side to Bazell. Squares for 3. Got it. Trey Bazell hit a couple of trays in the exhibition games against DePaul and Butler. And hits his first shot tonight. Titans by 5 at 28-23. Burridge goes to baseline, bought it up, and somehow got the shot released as he went airborne. Drew contact from Carlo Kolak, who picks up his second foul. And this will lead to a couple of free throws here for the 6'1 senior from Phoenix, Arizona. Burridge yet to score tonight. And the first one is good. They are 5 for 5 at the line tonight. Kolak checks out with 2 fouls. Mason Funk back in. Nathan Bolt out. Hakeem Williams returns.
Really the only player that's in dire foul trouble right now is Reamer for Cal Lutheran. Everybody else is all right. However, there are a lot of players that can get into foul trouble real fast.
2 for 2 for Burridge, his first tallies tonight. 28-25. Now Matthew Verkamp comes back in replacing Anthony Seo, and Verkamp will guard the inbound. Now he'll step off the inbound as Funk looks for a target. Walks it in. Gets it into Jackson Nigo. I would think with Dr. Bob Spear here, the least these teams can do is guard the inbound pass. We didn't see it there. Now Funk up top. Now it's Williamson. Looking to the baseline, back out to Nigo. At the free throw line, dodges the double. On the left wing to Bazell. 6 minutes still halftime. Nigo shovels it into the post and denied by Griffiths. Reached behind to deny the feed to Williamson. And now the Titans in the bonus, a 1-on-1 coming up here for Harrison Williamson. And the first on Griffiths for Cal Lutheran.
That's going to be a conversation at halftime for Russell White, is how do you improve your post defense? The Titans have done a great job so far of getting the ball down low. They haven't done a decent job at getting the ball in the tin, but getting it down has been an issue for Cal Lu.
Hakeem Williams with a tough rebound, back up strong for 2.
And that's the chemistry that this group of seniors have, like Dennis Rodman, click and go. You know where it's going.
Hakeem Williams has 10, lead back to 5 for Wesleyan. Up top to Verkamp. Brings the ball to the left against Jackson Ego. Between the leg dribble. Now looks to go baseline. Flip. Lewis. Guarded tightly here by Hakeem Williams. Shuffles back to the left against the double. Heaves a tough 3 short. Ball back tap. Kept alive by Burridge, who nearly got close. For the ball out near midcourt. And that loose ball foul will put Cal Lutheran at the line. That's Funk getting the foul, his first and the 8th foul of the half for Wesleyan. Bazell goes out and Kolak back in.
That benefits Illinois Wesleyan. If that was on Nigo, who made the largest contact, it would be his second, but instead Mason Funk picks up foul number 1.
Burridge hit a pair of free throws a moment ago. This is a 1-and-1, and he's earned a second. Titans trailed as many as 7 early on, 7-0. Took them nearly 4 minutes to score. 5 has been their biggest lead. And the margin now at 3 as Burge gets both. 30-27 as the two teams go to the sideline. Timeout here with 5:22 remaining in the first half. We'll keep it here with a 30-second timeout. Now we've kind of settled in as the two teams spar just a bit. Looks like we're settling into a game that will likely go close to 40 minutes, if not the full 40.
Yeah, back and forth contest like we expected, similar to how it was last year for both of these teams, and sometimes that comes with jitters, like I alluded to on the pregame. Not only is this game one, I know the Titans have had a couple of high-quality exhibitions prior to this, but this is the first game in your building. You have the crowd, you have the media, you have the publicity due to the fact that there are 4 ranked teams here. So for both Cal Lu and for Illinois Wesleyan, I think they tried to be too perfect, and it worked out for Cal Lu early on, but once we hit the 15-minute mark, it seemed that trait flipped sides of the court, and Illinois Wesleyan, who was trying to be too perfect, got grasp of the ball and was able to execute. Cal Lu on the other side could not, and then we've seen back and forth. However, the big key for Illinois Wesleyan has been Hakeem Williams. He's 4 for his last 4.
Titans with a 3-point lead as the inbound comes into Hakeem Williams on the baseline. It gets back to Jackson Ego. The sophomore will carry the ball up for the Titans. Guarded by Devin Lewis in the man-to-man. Bounce pass to Wilmson, now to Hakeem Williams. Veers to the right, goes baseline, looks for the post up against Burge. Gets into the green space, leans in strong, missed the shot. Off the backboard, Pipersburg tracks it down for Cal Lutheran. Davis with a cross-court pass. Lewis back to Burge. Burge puts a move on into the corner. Lewis baseline, and a heavy traffic broken up. The steal by Funk with the outlet. Nice track down by Jackson Ego out in front for 2. That's his first bucket of the game, 32-27. Verkamp had it poked away, but a foul. Looked like he was about to pull up either for a shot or a pass. And Mason Funk, always very tough defensively, picks up his second foul.
That's a great read by Funk. Take a look at the replay in just a minute to see the depth of the contact, but getting caught in between 2 decisions, a shot or a pass, and then Funk, Johnny on the spot, but the whistle blows.
Verkamp, the sophomore from Portland, at the line for a 1 and bonus. 9 fouls on Wesleyan. Verkamp has 3, now 4. Kingsmen are 9 for 9 at the stripe. Titans just 4 for 6. Second free throw is short. There's their first miss, and Wilmson pulls down the rebound. So it's a 4-point game for Illinois Wesleyan. At 32-28, left side Kolak on the attack all the way to the glass. High off the backboard, and he gets the bounce.
With authority. Not the biggest guy on the court, but like a freight train barreling down.
Looks like a different player this year. 8 points. Titans lead by 6. 34-28. On the right wing, it's Griffiths. Into the post, Verkamp. Hassled by Bolt. Has to kick it out. Tough 3 by Martin is short. Titans had bodies there, but somehow Miles Griffin came away with the rebound. Kicks it out to Griffiths. His 3 is no good. And Nathan Bolt has the rebound. Shovels it out to Jackson Ego. Setting up at the right side with 4 minutes to go in the half. Ego left side to Kolak. Tees it up for Wilmson. Shovels the ball into the post. The ball kicked. Threw it into a double team. And the turnover the other way to Davis. Right wing to Griffin. His 3 is long. They settle for a transition 3. And Wilmson has the rebound for Illinois Wesleyan. 34-28 Titans, their biggest lead so far. Right side to Hakeem Williams. The slip inside to Wilmson. Didn't get a clean catch. Rolled off his foot. The other way to Verkamp. Griffiths, baseline. A spin. Well, it goes the other direction around Wilmson, but the shot spun out. And a foul after the miss. Wilmson grabbed the rebound.
And I want to talk about this a lot over the course of today and tomorrow. A few possessions ago when Williamson missed that rebound and Cal Lu got a second chance, he went up with one hand. Ever since then, he has gone up with two hands. That is straight fundamental basketball right there. You always go up with the basketball with two hands, something that Morgan Wooten of the Matha Catholic in Maryland pioneered in the late 20th century, and it's just textbook for big men play.
Harrison Williamson 0 for 1 at the line, a 1 in bonus here with 3:09 till halftime. Too strong. Bolt tried to reach over for the rebound, couldn't do it. Titans have missed the front end of a 1 in bonus a couple of times here, but they still lead by 6. Now it's Lewis up top to Martin on the left. Pass to the right side to Anthony. Dribbles the ball to the left and curls all the way to the paint, blocked by Trey Bazell. They've got a multitude of guards who can reject it. Nigo back the other way off the pick, and he's met by Anthony. Off the switch, now up top to Williamson. Chest pass right side, Kolak. Veers to the left with a left-hand dribble. Glides in for 2. 10 points for Carlo Kolak as the Titans lead by 8. On the right side, it's Lewis. Tries to shake free of Bazell. After the block last time, leans in, tried to reverse, left it short. Kolak rips away the rebound, got bottled up and fouled. Well, it's a tough foul when you're 90 feet away from your other basket. A pair of free throws coming the other way for Illinois Wesleyan as they enter the double bonus with the 2:18 left in the half.
Yeah, look at that drive down low, then the denial from Trey Bazell. You mentioned the guard play and the ability to play defense. That is something that you thought in the offseason, losing Luke Yoder, your point guard, losing Ryan Soroka, your 3, you thought that might be an area of weakness to start. However, I like what I'm seeing from this group of young guards, making up in the aggregate with those 2 left.
Kolak misses the first of 2. Titans are 4 for 8 now at the stripe as the second one is good. Kolak now with 11 points. He hasn't missed from the field yet. Titans lead by 9 at 37-28. Anthony on the left wing, guarded by Bolt. Out to Martin on the right wing, dribble drive by Lewis. Back out to Anthony. Squares for 3. No. Marco Anderson there to gobble up the rebound. 2 minutes till halftime. How about a double-digit lead for the Titans? That's what they're looking for now. Anderson at the top, wheels to the right. Into the paint, leaning in up strong off the backboard for 2.
I love how big this team plays. No matter how small the players are, they're like a bunch of bulldozers down there. They don't care what's in front of them. They're going to go to the rack.
Ball tipped by Kolak with a nice lead pass ahead to Bazell. 2-on-2. Bazell reverses for 2. Trey Bazell with a 5, and the Titans up by 13 as they've scored 9 straight. Bolt went up for the fake and came down on Anthony, and you hear a collective gasp from the Shirk Center crowd. Everyone's okay. When you got 6'10 coming down on you, you hold your breath. But everyone's okay, and now we'll see Anthony going to the line for 2 free throws. Looking for his first points tonight. They're 9 for 10 at the free throw line. First one is good, ending a drought as the Titans had scored 9 straight.